Hello students, today we will see the infinite impulse response filter design, that is IIR filter design. As you all know, the IIR systems are having both numerator and denominator terms, that is it is having both the zeros and the poles in the transfer function. The standard steps in designing an IIR filter are: first we have to convert the digital filter specifications given in the numericals into an analog prototype low pass filter specifications. Then we have to find out and determine the analog low pass filter transfer function, that is H of S. And in the last step we have to transform Hs by replacing the complex variable to the digital transfer function H of Z. Now there are two methods of conversion of an analog filter into a digital filter. That is, for the last step we are having two methods of conversion. The first of that method is by impulse invariance method. In this method we sample the continuous time impulse response to produce the discrete time filter response. The system function is given in this type. It has many to one transformations from the S plane to the Z plane. This is the S domain and this is the Z domain. The impulse invariant transformation does map the z-axis and left half of the S-plane into the unit circle and its interior respectively. The Butterworth and Chebyshev low-pass designs are more appropriate for impulse invariant transformation. This cannot be applied directly to high-pass and band-stop or band-pass filter designs. Therefore, for obtaining these filters, we have to convert the low-pass filter into the band-pass or high-pass or band-stop filters using certain transformation methods. The steps to design an IIR filter by impulse invariant method. The first step is we have to expand HCS in the form of summation of AK upon S minus SK, that is in terms of the poles, that is the partial fraction expansion. It is assumed that there are no multiple poles and therefore we substitute Hz equals to summation K1 to n AK upon 1 minus e to the power SKT Z inverse. Generally in the numericals the value of t is given to you and sk is the pole, that is S minus sk, that is one of the pole of the transfer function Hs, and this Hs has to be converted into Hz, that is we have converted an analog transfer function into a digital transfer function. In the other method, that is bilinear transformation method, we simply put S equals to 2 by t 1 minus Z inverse upon 1 plus Z inverse and just substitute the value of S as these values in the form of Z and we get H of Z. In this particular transformation, it is one-to-one mapping from the S plane to the Z plane and it is invertible. The most general useful method is the bilinear transformation because it avoids aliasing of the frequency response, that is the problem encountered with the impulse invariant transformation. There are two types of filter design that we will be studying in our course, that is the Butterworth IIR filter design and the Chebyshev IIR filter design. So first of all, let us see what is a Butterworth filter. The Butterworth filter has this kind of impulse response, This involves the design of equivalent analog filter and then converting the analog filter into digital filter. It is converted using impulse invariant or bilinear transformation method as we have seen earlier. The magnitude response of a low pass filter, that is a Butterworth low pass filter, is like this in this form. This is the formula to calculate the value of n. These all parameters are given in the numericals. From there we calculate the value of n and n is taken to be the next integer. Whatever value we get, the next integer value is considered as capital N. In step 3 we obtain the cutoff frequency using this formula. These all parameters are given in the numericals. And using the order of the filter we obtain the transfer function Hs. In the last step we convert the analog transfer function Hs that we have obtained in step 4 to Hz, that is using either of the two methods that we studied earlier. So this is the process for designing a Butterworth filter. You will understand it more clearly when we will solve some numerical using these steps. The next is the Chebyshev IIR filter. Chebyshev filter are filters that are having a steeper roll-off and more passband ripple or stop band ripple than Butterworth filters. Chebyshev filter have the property that they minimize the error between the idealized and the actual filter characteristics over the range of the filter, but it has ripples in the passband. For some specific applications, we require Chebyshev filter designs also. See, there are ripples in the passband. This is again the response of a low pass filter. Again the step 1 is the same. We have to determine the order of the filter, that is using this formula. These all parameters are obtained from the numerical that is given in the numericals only. Then we have to determine the values of A and B for the minor axis and major axis. Actually, the poles are placed on the ellipse, so that's why we find the major axis and the minor axis of the ellipse. These are the method to find the poles. So Sk is one of the pole. As we get the pole, we can find the denominator polynomial of the transfer function using the poles. And in step 5, we find the numerator value of the transfer function using these formulas. And in the last step, that is step 6, we convert the analog transfer function to digital function Hz using either of the two methods that we have studied. So this is how we design a Butterworth or Chebyshev filter. You will understand it more clearly when we will be doing some numericals using this. These are some of the points to be remembered in the filter design. These are some special points for IIR filter and these are for the FIR filter.